We all know that Donald Trump's promise to end the war with Russia and Ukraine doesn't seem to be going very well, because now he's still blaming Joe Biden and he's blaming Vladimir Zelensky. Yes, that's right. The President of the United States said once again this morning that Ukraine and Zelensky started the war. Have a listen to this.
President Zelensky served out his offer to purchase more Patriot missile batteries.
Oh, I don't know. He's always looking to purchase missiles. You know, he's against. Listen, when you start a war, you got to know that you can win the war. Right? You don't start a war against somebody that's 20 times your size, and then hope that people give you some missiles.
So again, Donald Trump is blaming Vladimir Zelensky for the war. And just a reminder to all of you, this war started back in February of 2014. Trump was president for 4 years during the conflict and did nothing to try to end it. In fact, he was impeached for trying to extort Zelensky during that time, if you recall. Then, running for president, he made the case that he could end this war within 24 hours. In fact, he said he would end it before he even got back into office. How's that working out? Well, there was another strike where a bunch of innocent people in Ukraine, some of whom women and children, lost their lives. And Donald Trump only characterized it as a mistake. He called it a mistake. Yeah, it was a mistake. And then he starts blaming Zelensky, starts blaming Ukraine. How's that working out? I'll end the war in 24 hours. How's that working out, Mr. President? All I have to do is pick up the phone. More innocent people have lost their lives in this war, and Donald Trump's only response to that? It was a mistake. You know what was a mistake? People voting for this man again. That was the mistake here. And no, Mr. President, Ukraine did not start this war. Vladimir Putin is an evil dictator. He invaded Ukraine, and there were more strikes over the weekend, and more innocent people in Ukraine died. And all Donald Trump could do is say or blame it on Ukraine and blame it on Zelensky, because Donald Trump is not capable of calling out Vladimir Putin for who he is. And it's despicable, and it's disgusting, and it's evil. And we have Kilmar Garcia, who Trump refuses to bring him back, even though the Supreme Court ruled that needs to happen, the vote of 9-0. What are we doing in this country? What is going on here? What is going on in this country right now? This is getting worse and worse by the day. I don't care what these MAGA morons say. This is getting worse by the day. This is a dictatorship. Bernie Sanders was right. This is an oligarchy. We have an innocent man with no due process that was sent to one of the highest maximum security prisons in the world. The Supreme Court rules 9-0 to bring him back, and then Donald Trump is meeting with the president of El Salvador, and they say they're not going to bring him back. Not to mention the 70% of all those 267 people that were sent over there, and we learned that 70% of them have no criminal record at all. Could happen to you. Could happen to me. They have no respect for the rule of law. They have no respect for the Constitution. Marco Rubio lying to the American people. Stephen Miller lying to the American people. Donald Trump lying to the American people. And then you have the mini dictator, president of El Salvador, lying. Calling this guy a criminal when the Supreme Court said, no, he's not a criminal. Send him back. This was a mistake. If Donald Trump is willing to defy not just local judges or federal judges, but he's willing to defy the Supreme Court, what is next on his agenda? Think about that for a minute. A conservative Supreme Court. And he's defying them as well. What's next for the Trump administration? Do we have no laws anymore? What's next? He only agrees with judges if they rule in his favor. If they rule against him, he doesn't care. He goes along with his plan. If this doesn't concern you, I don't know what to tell you, because it certainly concerns me. What are we doing? What is going on here? This is what I've had to watch this morning in this press conference, which infuriates me. Imagine if you're this man's family. Imagine if you're a member of the Garcia family and you just want your loved one to come back home. Thank God the Supreme Court ruled in our favor. Yes, he's not a criminal. He might not even be undocumented. They ruled, bring him back. And then you see Donald Trump saying, nope, not going to happen. The president of El Salvador, no, we're not going to release criminals into our country. He's not a criminal.